Good morning, everyone. I'm going to try once more with a clip-on mic, and I'd like to know if this makes any difference in the audio, and if it does, please leave a comment below, because, well, I'm just testing it. Oh, you can see it right here. So I put I did a MacGyver. I put a ruler on the stand I have where the iPad is on, and then I put the clip on right here. You can see it here. And I'll cough the other way because that might be too loud. Okay, guys, let's go for it. So this is the sponsor list, all updated. If you have sponsored and you don't see your name, please let me know. Kendra, sorry, but I got you mixed up with someone that bought a canvas, and same amount. So you're right there. Sorry that I missed you earlier. So thank you all for sponsoring my channel. It's very much appreciated, and we're coming to the end of the month, and I think tomorrow I will choose something that I'm going to put in the giveaway. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is this morning I did a cleanup of what was left in the marbling tray, and I know it looks kind of dirty, but I sort of like how it looks. See that? I'll put it up close. I like this bit here, and I might even frame it because well, I like the way it looks. This is the other one, and I like the raggedy edges that it has. Let's see if I can get you in really. There you go. See that? And this is just the cleanup, you know, all the mess that was in there. I just blew it a little bit together and then printed it, and that looks kind of cool. So for the people that are gonna do this, you know, you'll be amazed at what you're gonna get. It is really sort of a fun thing to do, really easy, and most people that follow my channel already have the acrylic paints, so it's just another thing you can do with them. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, but I'm going to, I ordered my Kodak Easy Flow. It wasn't easy to buy here in Holland because it's kind of difficult. I could find one shop, like I said, in Amsterdam, and if everything goes well, it's going to be delivered today. So in the next coming weeks, you'll see me doing a lot of marbling. Oh, sorry about that. Put that away. Okay, next one. The next one is, a lot of people ask me to show the dried interference paint. And the thing is, I don't think you can really pick it up. Let's see. Nah, you're not really picking it up on screen, but here's this little bit here is interference. Then the pink that you see in between has a little shine on it, but altogether I sort of like it. I'm going to clean it, and I'm going to be varnishing it. Then here's the other one, the purple one, and amazingly enough, almost all the interference is gone because there's only those specks up here. That's the only thing that's interference, these little specks here. And the rest is, well, maybe a little bit down here, but that's it. But someone asked me to show them side by side, and there they are. So maybe they'll pop out a little bit better when I varnish them, who knows. Now today I'm going to be doing a pour again with the interference. There was Starcat, I'm not sure if your first name, but you asked me about the squishes. This is what happened with the squishes. They're kind of pretty, and the interference is a little bit more obvious in this one. As you can see, this is interference and down there, and then this one is kind of cool because if you can see, this is all interference. That's kind of nice. That's a helicopter you're hearing. Someone's in trouble because that's a hospital helicopter. Sometimes they take them from Germany to Holland or from Holland to Germany. I don't know why, because maybe the better doctors, surgeons, or for some things are in Germany or some in Holland. I don't know. But these are the squishes. And if you want some of these, let me know if you really like them, and we'll figure it out. Okay. Now, what I have today is gold. Then I have a lighter color gold with interference paint. Then I have a really lilac-y purple color. I'm not sure I'm going to use that one because there's a lot of bubbles in there. But this one, this is a dark purple, no bubbles whatsoever. Then I have a really nice pink, which I mixed myself. Then we have an interference with a little bit of pink. And we have an interference with a little bit of violet. And I have a blue one, but I'm going to keep this one for the squishes. So this is what I'm going to be pouring with. Is this in focus? I hope so. Yes, it is. Okay. Then I'm going to be pouring on a 20 by 20 centimeters. Going to put them all aside. And I'm going to load up my little cup because I'm going to put them all in there, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do a flip cup because I want to do something different. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. There were a couple of couple of questions. A lot of people have been asking about the new pouring medium that I was testing. Well, I tested a lot of them, and number 2, up to now, number 2 is the best one. So that's the one that, you know, where those cells just popped the minute I put a torch on it. The company that's making it is Vallejo. I don't know the name because they don't have a name for it yet. And I don't know when it's going to be coming out. I sent them an email yesterday about the testing results, and I haven't got a reply yet. But as soon as I do, I'll be mentioning it on here. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of that light purple and a little bit of the darker purple. Then some of that really beautiful light colored gold. Then a little bit darker gold. So I'm sort of color coordinating it. Then putting the pink in. Then a lot of the interference, violet. I'm gonna empty the cup out in this one. See how then you see the color? Then we're going to come back in with a little bit of that lighter purple. It does have a lot of bubbles, but we'll see what happens. Now this is the golden interference paint. This one is Royal Talons. And the rest is Winsor & Newton. So I'm doing 3 brands of paint. And you never know what you get when you're, you know, putting all these brands together. You know, it might totally just crack or do something. We don't know. But if you're, you know, experimenting with different brands together, I would suggest you do that on a smaller scale, just to make sure you don't, you know, do it on a big, expensive canvas, and then the next day you get all the cracks and all that stuff, because that's something you don't want to do. Now, I've also had a lot of people, again, asking me about how much paint goes on a canvas. And I'll explain why that is impossible to say or do or write or calculate. when you're mixing your paint, you know, there's no way that everyone's going to be getting the thickness that I'm getting, because, you know, when you're mixing, you just do it, you know, you eyeball it, then, you know, you watch how it drips off the stick. So if you have your paint thicker than mine, and I tell you for this you need 100 milliliters, and you pour it and your paint is thicker, you won't have enough. Now, if you make your paint thinner, you'll have way too much. So there's no way that I can tell you exactly how much you should put in your paint, because everyone's using different paint, different pouring medium, different gloss medium, different water. Everything's different. So it's just, you know, you have to experiment and try. Another thing is that if you're afraid to waste a little bit of paint, I don't think you should be doing this, because if you don't put enough paint on your canvas, you'll be tilting and tilting, and you'll tilt it to death, because, you know, you want to cover your canvas. So you have to have drip off. You just have to. There's no way you can... Oh no, I was going to do it differently. There's no way you can do this without a little bit of drip off. Okay, I'm going to give it a little swirl here. That's it. And I'm going to be pouring like this. Now, a lot of that gold came out, and I kind of like that. Let's put it... See that? You don't want to be, you know, tilting so much that, you know, you get all the zigzags. This is just enough that it's going to go over the sides. Wow, that is shiny. Okay, let me get my torch. And my palette knife. Now, it's kind of disappointing how much cells we're getting with this, but I sort of thought that it would go this way, because the interference has a lot of particles in it, and it's heavy, and that's why it doesn't, you know, give you those beautiful big cells that we all really love. But you know, sometimes it's not always about the cells, although I do really love cells, but sometimes it's just about the colors like this. What you see here is all the gold, and it's staying on top, so that's good. And there's a shimmer of the interference coming through. That's nice. Oops. Now look what I done. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Let me do the corners first. That's it. That's the corner. Now I need to tilt it a little bit so I can tilt off what I just did there. Better to do it, you know, while you still have it moving than when you put it on the table, because that would really be a bummer, right? Okay. Now, there's not a lot of cells in this one, but you know, there's some cell action up here, and there's some really nice swervy things going on down there. So I am pretty much satisfied with the pour. But it just goes to show, if you use a lot of that interference, this is what you're going to get, because sometimes it just will not give you that beautiful cell-like look. But this is enough. The colors go well together, and when it dries, this whole band here, this is that light gold, and that is beautiful, and the dark gold is popping through here. So I think This will be really pretty once it's dry. So I'm gonna put this one away. I have to put the paper on the table. And then I'm gonna do a couple of swishes. And then I'm pretty much ready to move on and go back to the normal paint, because I really need that. That all by itself is kind of cool. I will torch it, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to do much. A tiny little bit. See that? Just a tiny little bit of cells. Make them a little bit bigger. There's some nice gold coming through. That's kind of nice. And let me get you really in close. There it is. See that? Just a hint of cells. Now what I can do is put a little bit more of the silicone in, maybe a spray. Let's see. I'm gonna spray it right on here. Doesn't do much. So that just goes to show, you know, the whole metallic thing going on in here is sort of keeping it from doing really fun stuff. I'm gonna put a little bit more on here. Then the dark on top. And we're gonna be squishing it. That's that. Now there's a beautiful sheen on top of the gold. Yeah, this one is kind of pretty. But because I used the spray silicone, as you can see, it's really tiny. But I think someone will like this. There it is, see that? So we're gonna put that one away. And this time, the other one I'm gonna put some more of that dark on top, because that did really come nicely through. And pull it down like that. Let's see what happens. That's a little bit of lacing going on, not spectacular. I really don't like it. Let's see what happens now. Pull that down. Oops. I gotta watch out for the microphone. This isn't... Can you hear all the fireworks? They're already doing it. And they're not even allowed to do it. But, well, kids will be kids, and so will grown-ups, because most of them are grown-ups. They spend so much money on fireworks here. Wow. I'd just rather spend it on paint, I guess. Put this one in. And then this one. That's that. And let's see what happens. Ooh, that is pretty. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this has a lot to do with the with the interference paint. As you can see here, it just won't sell. So, well, that's just the way it is. It's only selling like a tiny, tiny little bit. Let's see. Let's get it in there. See that? But this, the lighter color, that's all interference. It doesn't really do what the other paint normally does. But we'll keep this. It's kind of cute. So one more, and then I'm gonna stop because I did a big cleanup this morning of my studio. Really, really big cleanup. That's kind of nice. See that? And this time I'm gonna really squish it. Pull it. Wow, that is beautiful. Just hoping it'll sell just a little bit. Oh yeah, this one works. There we go. That's nice. That has a lot of gold in it. That is beautiful. That gold and the light pink coming through. We're happy with that one. See if this one turns out the same. Yep. Kind of nice. See that? Not as pretty as the other one. Let me put this away. Now this one is really pretty. Let me get you in real close. See that? I'm gonna make a print. I hope it's gonna be a pretty one. Then I can put the link under the video and you can download it if you like. Well, the gold won't really pop up, but you know what? Some parts are really pretty. So that's what I'm gonna do. So thanks all for watching. I love you all to pieces, and ich liebe euch alle, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, guys? Laters.